Hello to everyone. I'm going to break the rules. The lights are here. I'm not staying here because I can't see my own slides. How many of you make volumetric video? Any of you? I forgot what you do, of course. Yes. One of the kings of volumetric video. Anyone else? None of you do. It's the future. It's real people in VR. This is where it's all going. Voila. I'm going to be going back and forth the entire time. Sorry about that. Oh, well, I know I should. I'm not going to. So, I'm from 4DViews. We're in France. We're from Grenoble. Bonjour. And we've been doing this since 2007. We do just volumetric capture. We have our own rig, our own software, the whole system. We come originally from the INRIA, which is a French National Public Research Laboratory. And today we provide the HoloSys to studios who want to have their own solution for doing volumetric capture. So if you have a studio and you want to do this, or friends of a studio want to do this, we have a package for them. We have a studio ourselves in Grenoble, France, about 4 hours from here. And we do capture services as our second line of business, mostly to meet people, to try out cool experiments, and to do fun stuff. Our main activity is bringing the HoloSys to other studios who want to do this kind of capture. And of course, I should say, we're very content agnostic. So each studio does their own thing, and we don't have any control over what they do, so it's really opening up a lot of experimentation as much as possible. In the past, we've done ourselves films, music videos, television stuff, advertising, XR stuff, and location-based stuff. So that's a HoloSys. That's what it looks like in studio. It's a green studio with 8 camera pods placed around the space. You have a central capture area you can work with. That's 3 meters or even 4 meters wide. It takes 1 or 2 or 3 people, and you capture them. And then after you're done, this is processed into volumetric video, which is different from classic video. Classic video is a series of 2D images run in front of you, like a YouTube video. These videos are made of meshes and textures. Not point clouds, we use meshes and textures. So that's the inside of a studio. That's the control station. And what we're really about is making this accessible. Next time I present here, I want to see more hands up saying that you all make this and use this. Because we've been promised for years, or for decades, this VR, it's going to be great. VR, AR, XR, it's going to blow our minds, and yet it doesn't. Sure, there are spaceships, there are aliens, we have cool guns, there are time travel things, but there are no people in there we care about. There's no one in there, no humans in there we want to interact with. So we feel making this accessible, this tool that brings humans as they are into XR, is what really we should be focused upon. Today it's really still about experimentation, both new kinds of content and also new kinds of business models. How can we use volumetric, and how can it be brought to a wider and wider audience? So today we're running our HoloSys in a variety of partner studios. You can come and shoot with us if you want to in Grenoble. We have 3 of them in Europe. We have 2 in Asia and 3 in the United States. So more and more, as you have a project needing volumetric, you'll be able to go to a studio near you and do that shooting. So a couple of examples of things we've done in the past few years. This is called In Someone Else's Shoes, done in the United States by Santander Bank. It's a charity piece, first presented in the streets of Boston on tablets, and now available as an app. Put it on your phone if you want, where you meet Jen. Jen is a homeless person. And Jen is a homeless person who has a job. She has a job, but earns not enough to have somewhere to live. And so Jen is stuck living in her car. Santander decided to do a charity event where they would raise money for the homeless, and they build an experience, first on tablets and now on cell phones, where you can meet Jen in 3 scenes, which were filmed in volumetric at our partner in Atlanta, and you visit her life, and thanks to volumetric and the use of XR, you have a closer presence, a closer feeling of being with Jen, understanding her situation, what it's like to work and yet have nowhere to live. So that's on the web, in someoneelseshoes.com. This year, we released a piece, or we helped a piece that was released by Marina Abramovich, who's a performance artist. She's been working since the 70s. She did a 19-minute sequence that was shown in London this year at the Serpentine. And this is the first time one of her pieces has been reproduced or captured in a way that now you can experience it yourself after the fact. On the bottom, you see the studio, the Serpentine Gallery, where a number of people are wearing, in this case, Magic Leap glasses or Magic Leap headset. And in the middle of the circle, a 5-meter circle, Marina is doing her performance for 19 minutes. And this can now be reproduced and carried into the future, despite the fact that someday Marina will, of course, no longer be with us. So now, this is a piece of digital cultural heritage that can be captured. And I saw this piece in London when it was presented. And already you have Marina herself, an amazing artist. In addition, you have an artist who is in front of you, and we're using mixed reality. It's a see-through device, for those of you who haven't used one. She's in front of you, and yet she isn't in front of you. She's there with you, but she's not. You have both, and you have a new dynamic she's added to the piece. She was, in fact, in the other room giving a press interview at the time. So you have someone who's there, who you're with, and also someone who's not there. It's quite a different experience, and it can be very powerful. This is a film done by some friends of ours, produced by HTC. It's a 70-minute film in 360 video of the life of Jesus. Obviously, a story that fascinates millions of people in the world. And this film the story has 7 major miracles in it. And in addition to shooting all the film in 360, they shot the miracles, again, with us in volumetric. So now, when you're wearing your headset, your HTC headset, you can watch the film, and when it comes time for a miracle, you can choose to go from a regular 360 video into a scene where you can walk around. You increase your presence at the moment of a religious miracle. So this is an attempt, a creative attempt to modify the storytelling structure, to use a mixture of 360 and volumetric to allow you to have a greater feeling of presence, a greater experience during the story. So those are a couple of examples of what it is we've been working on. Lessons learned for those of you who are moving into this area or who will. If you're from the film world, you fix it all in post. You shoot it and fix it later. This is not true in volumetric. Please fix it all in pre-production. People in VFX need to make this shift. The data is very different from 2D data, and the editing tools, which there are so many that are so powerful for cinema, for 2D, for television, these aren't there yet for volumetric. So be prepared to do a lot of thinking before you shoot, when you shoot volumetric. As we move forward, we need to keep giving access to people to this technology. They can try it out and experiment. And those people who run studios need to do a little hand-holding. I have 2 little stories, and then I'll show you one very quick, beautiful clip at the end. I've had a person call me, okay, you're going to bring us a HoloSys, you're going to install it on Monday, and then training on Thursday, and training on Friday, and then Monday next we're going to shoot the Prime Minister. No. When you move to volumetric, don't do your highest possible risk project the first day. Take some time, get to know it, do some experiments, make some mistakes, and then do that. Or don't start with a 60-minute movie. You don't, despite your expertise, you don't know what you're doing. It's going to be a hard thing to produce later on. Move slowly into volumetric. Take it step by step, experiment, learn, and keep going. So that's what I have to say. Thank you for your time. I have a beautiful sequence to show you, whoever wants to see it, on my laptop.